Hi, I'm Royce. I'm with Fryoux Tankerman Service. Today I want to discuss proper relief. When we go out and relieve a tankerman, we have to make sure that we take proper control of a barge. We want to make sure that everything is in a condition that we can handle that transfer. Make sure that you get with the tankerman that was on there before, discuss everything about the transfer, and then go sign a DOI. Lane has developed a little pamphlet for proper relief, and it has what you should do for proper relief. A couple of parts to it. One is the relief itself, and it says, have I met my relief? The first one. Am I smiling and happy to see him? I'm sure he's happy to see you because he's ready to go home. Did we walk the barge together? When you walk the barge, you need to check a lot of things out. Check your tank levels, check your drafts, check all the little pipelines around your drip pans, around your pumps, stripping valves, stripping pumps. Check everything out. That's an important part of that. Because if something was to have happened while the first man was on and you go sign a DOI, you're responsible for that barge and whatever has happened to it. So make sure that you have walked the barge. Discuss what has happened in the last few hours of the transfer. Has anything out of the ordinary happened? Then think about, am I ready to sign the DOI for this transfer? Can I handle it in the condition that it's in? If you don't think you can handle it, maybe you should ask the man to help you straighten it out before the relief is made. You should also know what the estimated time of finish is when you're just talking to that tankerman. He should have a pretty good idea. Do you have the right tools? Do you have the proper PPE, work vest, H2S monitor? Some jobs require a face shield. Some jobs require full face respirators. Do I have it with me? Do I have the proper fire extinguishers? There's a lot of things that you have to think about when you are doing a relief. Is my barge secured properly? If I'm loading the barge, do I have enough rope to slack it off as it's going down? Or the rope's tight enough to hold me into the dock when a ship passes? There's a lot of things that have to be thought about. And on this list it says, did I complete the tankerman checklist that is in the Fryoux tankerman logbook? Again, there's items in the logbook that you're supposed to check and turn in when you turn your times in. Make sure that you don't skip those steps. Then they have a mental checklist page in here, and it's got a few things on it, and all of them are yes and no. And yes or no, do I understand the job scope and discuss a job in a pre-transfer conference? That's a discussion with you and the dockman. If you are loading, it's important that you know what is your loading rate. It's important you know how much time does he need to shut down. Most of the time they'll tell you hour for the inspector, 15 in a 5 or 10 in a 5 or whatever they tell you. Try and give them those times whenever you know that you're getting close. You should discuss with them, hey, look, when we go to slow down for topping off, we want to slow down to a certain rate. What is that rate? Discuss that with him. It's important that you discuss these things because you don't want to be surprised. Because some docks will tell you, I can't slow down. Yeah, well, let's discuss what we can do if you can't slow down. Is there a written procedure for this transfer? Every barge has transfer procedures on it. And you should know what's in it. Again, if something was to happen, if there was an incident and you wasn't following the transfer procedures, you will be negligent according to Coast Guard. And they could actually suspend your endorsement for that because you wasn't following written directions. And then it says, have I reviewed the procedures? You should. You should read the procedures and know what's in them and follow them. Yes or no, do I have the right PPE for this transfer? Again, some of our customers require full face respirators, hooking up and disconnecting anything. Some of our customers require a face shield when you're hooking up anything. So you have to know what customers need what. Do I have the right tools and equipment for this transfer? There's not a whole lot of tools that we need for a transfer. You know, a few wrenches, valve wrench. There's not a whole lot of stuff that we need. And the next item on here, it says, do I need help, yes or no? If you don't feel comfortable with a transfer, for whatever reason, stop it and call for help. Someone will come and help you. Normally that would be something out of the ordinary is happening. We would like that phone call if something out of the ordinary is happening. We don't expect you to do anything that would get you in trouble or us in trouble. Then the next item on here, it says, did I think through the process looking for potential hazards and problems, and have I addressed these potentials before starting? Again, if you're relieving somebody, it's already started, and have you looked at everything? Is everything right? Is all the valves open the way you need them open? Is all the other valves that need to be closed, are they closed? There's no leaking packing glands on valves above the deck valves or anything like that. If you're discharging it, make sure the pump packing or pump seal is not leaking so bad that it can't be handled or drained. There's a lot of things you have to look for. Always keep your eyes open. And it says, yes or no, am I ready to sign the DOI? If you go and check your barge thoroughly and you find that all the tank levels are safe and the rate that you're loading is a good, safe rate for you, and your barge is moored properly, you go and sign the DOI and relieve the man. But again, try and make sure it's in a state that you can handle. Make sure you're not getting into something that you can't handle. Again, if you don't think you can handle it, make a phone call. Someone will help you. It could be a supervisor coming out. We could ask a man to stay longer and help you get it. Make sure you can do the job. Every now and then, somebody is going to need help. It doesn't matter. Nothing would be held against you. It's just, we want to make sure you can do the job and make sure you can do it safely and go home safely. Once you have made all your checks, you're probably ready to sign the DOI.